Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. You all know what's coming next. You all know what's coming next. Come so authentically. I have to try to figure out, but this just comes out. I'm just really excited about today's inspiration. I'm really excited about today's inspiration. Today, we are going to be talking about being an empath as your superpower. Being an empath as your superpower. There's a lot of things that will be brought up during today's inspiration, and I sort of think of my preamble before and sort of set it up, and everything you all inspire what ends up coming out. And even right now, I didn't think about this as being part of the preamble, but it's coming to me right now. One of the things about being an empath, it actually comes back to the whole thing about identity. And this is something that I try to bring up gently, because I know when we talk about identity that it could be highly sensitive at times, highly sensitive. And there's some elements to an identity that's really empowering and very good for you. And there's some elements of it that disempower you. So I actually will talk about empath in that way. I don't know why my light, I'm going to see what I need to do or where I need to sit. So there's not there we go. When I learned about an empath and what an empath was, it was one of the most illuminating, positive, empowering moments for me, because there was very clear definition of elements that I was experiencing and had experienced in life that it was now being defined. So no longer was I different. What did I not know? I was given a lot of information that allowed me to categorize myself, allowed me to understand myself, allowed me to understand my plight, my energy, my fatigue, my feelings that I was feeling towards other people and energy. It was really fantastically empowering. However, a lot of things with empaths also was disempowering, and actually gave me the sort of the perspective of being at mercy to energy around me, at mercy to others, at mercy to what was going on, and didn't really honor my power. When I was reading that back then, I didn't know that. But now when I'm looking at retrospect and looking about me and growth, and I recognize, just like in religion, where I chose to filter out the things that were not positive, not good, with being an empath, I'm going to take out the positive elements and filter out the negative elements, because I don't want anything to bring me down. So that was one of the things that I want us to talk about right now. Valerie, hello Manal, good to see you. Beautiful topic today. Sadly, I don't think I can stay for too long, but I'm happy to be here now. I'm absolutely an empath, and I see it as a powerful quality. Fantastic. That's what I want us all to get at and really define. What are the powerful elements of being an empath, and how do we leverage that to be a stronger version of self? But Valerie goes on, but sometimes makes me feel alone a little and exhausting. Fantastic. And that's what I decided that today when we were talking, I want to talk about what are all the judgments that we hold on empaths that we want to let go of. And then let's calibrate to what are all the positive aspects of it. What are the positive aspects of it? So Valerie sort of started off for us, and I'd love for everybody to say, for being an empath, some of the things that are perceived as negative are, I looked it up this morning, sort of researching a bit and looking at what people say and stuff. Being an empath is synonymous with a highly sensitive person. A highly sensitive person. What does highly sensitive mean? Highly sensitive means really hyper aware of what's going around us. But highly sensitive can be seen as positive. Oh, wow, you're sensitive and so self-aware of those smells and body movements and facial expressions. Or it could be seen as negative. Ooh, you're so sensitive. Don't be so sensitive. So Valerie, that I'm too sensitive is a judgment I have. That is wrong because we are conditioned to be more rational. Fantastic. So too sensitive. And what does sensitive mean? What does sensitive mean? Sensitive means in the negative way, not in the positive way, because I want us to look at it at the positive way. That if we're going to use the word sensitive, that means that we're really aware. That's what I realized that today I want us to sort of shift it to, that an empath means that I'm a highly aware person. Highly aware. And we're going to use the sensitive synonym of being aware rather than the sensitive synonym of being reactive, tender to external energy, external people, external situations, external whatever it might be, vibrations. Valerie, fantastic. Yes, highly aware. So being an empath means we're sensitive. So again, which side of the coin do we want to be on? The sensitive means that I can smell, I can see, I can feel, I can know, I have clarity, I'm aware. Or the type of sensitive that says, ouch, that hurt me. Ooh, that stung. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. And I'm going to ask you all with hearts, with words, with anything, which sensitive do you want to be? The sensitive aware or the sensitive tender? The sensitive aware or the sensitive tender? And I'm going to invite us all to start to be aware that we may have adopted a lot of sensitive tender, but we're best served with the sensitive aware. The sensitive aware. So talk to me. I see that resonated with Valerie. Did it resonate with anybody else? What else about being an empath? Empath means that you suck in external surroundings. You suck in vibration. You suck in energy. You suck in what's going on. So Valerie says, yes, I want to be the highly aware. Teresa, I am an empath, and my awareness to getting my vibration higher is what I'm looking for. Fantastic, and that is what we're going to do together, Teresa. That's what we're gonna do. But I'm very tender to what is happening with others. Fantastic. So if we look at an empath, I love the analogy of us being here on Earth School. And I love the analogy of all of our conditioning is a teaching and a learning that we are going through on this Earth School. So everybody has, like, if you're a chef, you might go to culinary school. And if you're a doctor, you might go to medical school. And if you're a teacher, you might go to education, the faculty of education. Education school doesn't sound right, but faculty of education. Well, if you're an empath, we might be going into empath school. And if we have certain conditioning, we are going into that type of conditioning school. This is the Earth School. The Earth School. Conditioning into becoming worthy school, into being free school, into being happy school. So, Teresa, we're going to start to go right now. Today, it's empathy, empath school. We're going into empath superpower school, where we're going to start to learn to take some of these conditionings that didn't serve us, figure out where they came from, where our coping mechanism came from, where our conditioning came from, and then calibrate to a superpower. To it being a superpower. So Teresa, we are going to directly dive into using our empath as becoming aware and recognizing that tenderness to awareness is on the empathic school timeline. You are just where you're meant to be. We all are, because this is what we're meant to learn, how to align with our inner power, how to align with our truth, how to express from authenticity. That's what we're doing. Valerie, Karen from Ohio. Welcome, Karen from Ohio. Valerie, I also have a question now. I joined another live once and they were discussing empathy versus compassion. And I was wondering what you think it makes a difference. Fantastic. Actually, Valerie, that's where I'm going to. And that's one of the theses at the end of the day. Empathy. So now if we look at empath and it comes from empathy means that when somebody else is feeling, you feel what they feel. So if somebody's angry, you feel angry. Somebody's sad, you feel sad. Somebody's frustrated, you feel frustrated. And you can feel the energy of a person, of an object sometimes. Some people can also fall into the thoughts that someone, I know somebody that's in that classifies and identifies as an empath, and when she reads books and dialogue, she can actually feel the thoughts of the different editors and the author and what's going on. She can feel a lot of the things that are going on dynamically. So empath means that you're taking in and you're emitting it back. But Valerie, you know that one of the things that I feel that we need a condition to in life is being loving, being happy, being compassionate. Those are all synonyms. Compassion, love, happiness, joy, peace. I think of them as all synonyms. And they might have different vibrational levels and different ways that you calibrate at different times. But I believe as an empath, using our empathic nature as a super power, is that we are able to read and become aware of energy that's going around us. But what we emit back isn't the energy of the other person, because if they're suffering, why would they want to feel our suffering back? It's like, oh, I understand how you're feeling. I can feel it too, and give it back. Or do you want somebody to feel your energy, recognize how you're feeling, have the empathy to feel, but then gives back love? And that's what compassion is. It's the giving back love, giving back care, giving back acceptance, giving back surrender. So let's think of a situation. So I'm sick. I'm tired. I'm angry. One of the things that really angers me is when I'm angry and I'm with my emotionally, like my spiritual friends or those that know me very well, and I'm angry about something, really angry, and I'm justified for being angry, and it's part of my conditioning. It's okay. And then I share with them my anger, and then they come back and be angry with me, and I'm like, no, I don't need this right now. And I do appreciate that you're validating my anger, but I want you to hold me in love and see that this is part of my conditioning, and sort of let me see the mirror of what I'm feeling, and give me love back. And a few times of my dear ones, I'll say, no. Remember, when I'm like, and I sort of, my analogy of being in a swimming pool. So I feel like when any of us are emotionally reacting, normally, humanly, we're emotionally reacting. One of the analogies that I give to my friends or those that I'm coaching is like, I'm in the middle of the pool and I'm just sort of flopping around, and I'm drowning, or I can't swim, and I'm frustrated. I'm just going like this. I'm not swimming, but I'm in the middle of the pool. So what do I want my friends to do? Go to the side and pull me in, or come into the middle and flap around with me? I want them to come hold on to the side and throw me something that I'll float, or throw me a rope, and then pull me back to the side. And pulling back to the side is an emotional awareness. It's an acceptance. It's a compassion. It's a love. It's a care. It's a lot of things. But joining me in anger or frustration or suffering is joining me in the middle of the pool. So Valerie, did that answer your question and all? Did that give you any insight or open up any things for you? I want us to ultimately, yes, Valerie, yes. Compassion is the next step, where we give back to love instead of giving back the energy we're receiving, because we're sensitive empaths. Exactly. So if you're going around feeling something, what would you prefer? Do you prefer, again, I'll use angry because anger is a good one. Sad, angry or sad. So we were talking about death and how to support our loved ones in a different inspiration. So, and how do we talk to somebody that's grieving or has lost someone? And we actually came to the conclusion that many of us don't know, so we might ignore it. But that heaviness of feeling sadness or anger with them just encumbers them with more. And there's sympathy, and empathy. So sympathy is worse than empathy. So sympathy is feeling sorry for somebody. And this is in my new course, the Compassion series. I talk a lot about this, Valerie. But sympathy is feeling sorry for somebody. Sympathy is like, I see you and I see you as weak and I feel sorry for you. So I might be angry and I feel sorry for you. And so sympathy is a lower vibration and is not as nice as empathy. Where empathy, you're actually mirroring back. Action, you're a mirror. You're a mirror to what they're feeling. And then the next level is compassion. love. Love. We're not taking this personally. We recognize that this is a journey. We recognize that the human journey is beautiful and we're all meant to learn. And this is just part of the exploration and the unfolding of life and the beauty of life. And it's all okay. It's all brilliant and it's beautiful. And I'm going to give love to you because I know that you are so capable and you're going through a humaning moment right now, but you're so capable and so amazing. Amazing. And we know that you're going to just come through this stronger. And there's a reason that this story is in your life right now. And not only will you come stronger, we'll all learn from you. And that's compassion and love and acceptance and surrender and beauty. And doesn't that feel so much better? Does that not feel so much better? So tell me all how you think about that. Teresa, thank you. Being sensitive is very draining, ready to learn. Exactly. One of the things when I was found out about being an empath is when I was perpetually tired. Perpetually tired. And in my research of empath, I'm like, oh, if you're just constantly unaware of energy and just reacting and feeling and taking on everybody's energy and just being empathetic to this and empathetic to this and empathetic to this, you're just letting it spew out and just exhausted. It's exhausting. So the journey for me to learning about and being an empath was really my journey of figuring out how do I be alive all the time and be energetic, and it was some of the giving away of my energy to whatever and whoever was in my sphere, and then figuring out how to clean that up and how to just being loving. And it starts, Teresa, with being loving with ourselves. It starts with turning around and cultivating an appreciation for the human journey, and cultivating appreciation for you, and cultivating an awareness of the strength of us being an empath, and the strength of my awareness of being able to feel energy. Then you start to calibrate to all these things. And when you start to love yourself and accept yourself and recognize the strength in yourself, then you start to be able to emit the compassion to others. So how does that feel? Carolina, hello to you. Hello. You know us. We get into the inspiration really quickly, but a lot of the ideals that we're talking about comes through and just solidifies. And all of the inspirations that we talk, we all come in from different angles. Sometimes we come in from the body, sometimes we come from the heart, sometimes from the mind, sometimes from the ego. And today with the talking about an empath, since the empath is about feeling, it's two things today. It is about the heart and the heart chakra, which I see Teresa talking about the heart chakra. I'm going to read your comment one moment. So it's about your emotional body and your heart chakra. And it's also about the egoic, identifying with the empath. And what does that mean to you? Does that mean empowering or disempowering? Does that mean you're strong or you're weak? Does that mean that you're a reactor to everything, or that you're the creator and the builder and the fulfiller of your destiny in your life? What are we going? So we're going to look at what are the egoic beliefs that we all carry about being an empath. Do we identify with an empath? Do we identify truly? I think being an empath and a human is synonymous. I don't think there's any difference between being an empath and a human. And I think all humans are empaths. Not all animals are empaths. Nature is empath. I think we're all empaths. But now we've given it a label to those that are highly feeling, or feeling and using it as a understanding of, I want to say, and I know this is coming out sloppy, so you guys help me make this less sloppy, but as an excuse for us not being aligned with our power. Oh, that's somebody else's energy that I'm picking up. That was an early excuse for me. Oh, that's not my energy, that's their energy. But you know what? If I pick up on their energy and that makes me and switches my energy, that means I have it in me. So I found an empath as a wonderful way to empower me and to give me an understanding, but then I used it at times as an excuse. An empath is not an excuse. We have no excuse for being aligned with our truth and our inner power. And that's what today wants to be. Today, I want us all to use our empath. If we're going to call ourselves an empath, which is really being a human, I want it to be in alignment with our power. And we know that it's just empowering. Just empowering. Okay. Teresa, using the heart chakra to give love back to others is an amazing feeling. Fantastic, Teresa. And to do that, it means our heart chakra and all of our chakras need to be in alignment. So ultimately, to be able to give love back in all situations, it really means that we're in alignment. And it means that all of our chakras are open and they're in aligned and our energy is flowing, and that we've worked through the conditioning of the past, whether it's sadness, whether it's anger, whether it's betrayal, whether it's frustration, whatever our victim stories are, whatever our life stories are, that we work through them and we come back to recognizing life is beautiful. Celebrate our humanness. I'm attaining my authentic life. I'm expressing myself authentically. I'm true to who I am. I love life. I love self. Life is beautiful. Life is easy. Life is amazing. Teresa, I had cancer and many surgeries. I don't physically feel or look the same and need to empower myself back. Fantastic. And Teresa, you go on to say, physically and mentally not the same. I have been brain fog and very hard to stay focused. And I understand that journey. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat. He's really meowing very loudly from the kitchen. He's cracking me up. But anyway, Teresa, absolutely understand. And cancer and a lot of life-changing episodes it's a beautiful milestone to start to reflect on how you allow external factors to impact you internally and then turn around and aligning with your internal power. When you say that giving your heart love from your heart chakra is the most empowering thing, that's what these journeys are here for. These journeys are beautiful journeys to remind us of how to not look outside of ourselves, but to look inside of ourselves to align with truth. How to come in to be the strongest and the most authentic and aligned and inspired and creative and satisfied and peaceful and happy. Put in any adjectives you're all looking for. What are you looking for? So Teresa, you said, I've got a past story of being physically not aligned with my health and my strength. So you said physically. And the physical comes into your image, your self-image, and it also affects your mental. So what do you want to look like? How do you want to feel? Teresa, cancer changed my life. It made me stop and use integrative therapies. That's how I came to InsightTimer. Beautiful, beautiful. These things are fantastic because they really help us to find the truth of who we are. They help us to find peace. They help us to find surrender. They help us to find acceptance. They help us to recognize that life is about being, not doing. It makes us recognize that life feels so much more amazing when I just stop and look around and connect and feel and become self-aware and love and connect and ground and eat well and love myself and take care of myself and enjoy food and enjoy the outdoors and open up my senses and smell and taste and hear and sing and express and be. And this community is all about figuring out what is the conditioning that brought us here and what do we need to do to get up here, to get up here, to get up here. And it's fun and it's amazing. And when you're surrounded with like-minded people that want to see the beauty in life and the beauty in the past and the beauty in now, it's just really easy. Yesterday I was talking to one of my daughter's friends and coaching him through something, and he said, you make it sound really easy, Manal. I said, well, because it is. It is. It's all about changing the perspective. Maybe it's hard in the beginning, and you guys know I don't like using that word hard, to think of life as hard and switching to life is easy. But we've all gone to school. We've all learned how to ride a bike. We've all learned how to cook and to bake. Maybe some of us have learned some of these and some others. We've all learned how to drive a car. We've all learned how to live in the system. Well, we can start to learn how to look at life from a different lens. We can learn to look at and reorient what are some of our beliefs are, and give them empowering ones. We can all learn that life is actually meant to be enjoyed, and that we have the ability to create the life that we desire, and that the process that it takes to shifting from 1 to 2 will take as long as it needs to be. It's all perfect. It's all perfect. So Teresa, wonderful. I'm so happy that you're here and that we're on the journey together. And you say the use of positive energy is changing. It's life-changing. It is. The awareness of light, the awareness of energy, the awareness of the energy centers, the awareness of my ability to choose what to let in, my awareness that we can feel energy. So just the awareness of energy is so empowering. And today we'll play with some of those tools. Like, what are those tools that I do every day to ground? What are the tools that I use when I feel energy that maybe might not be mine, but obviously it exists within me, and I want to shift and calibrate to a higher vibration? What do? I want to hear what everybody does. What do we all do? Teresa, saying I choose to rather than I can't has worked for me. Exactly. It's all about recognizing we are capable of anything. There are no limits. The only limits exists in our mind. The only limits exists in our beliefs. The only limits exist in our limitations that we want to put in our heart and our body. There are no limits. There are no limits. There might be perceived limits, but there are no limits. Beautiful. Valerie, I don't think I read this one. Yes, I relate to that, and I tend not to pay attention to myself, just be busy with other people's energy. Fantastic. So Valerie saying that it's all about awareness, 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 awareness. That Teresa says, I'm going to say I choose to rather than I can't. Valerie is agreeing that I changed my have to choose to. The shoulds. We should all eliminate shoulds from our life. We should all eliminate hard, suffer, struggle from our life. And I invite you all to put in the window, what are the words and the thoughts and the beliefs that you want to eliminate? Today, my intention with today's Empath is a Superpower. I want to eliminate that being an empath in any way weakens us. I want to eliminate in any way that being an empath is disempowering. I want to eliminate in any way how being an empath makes us weak, makes us out of control, makes us at mercy to other people and energies. Being an empath is a teacher. Being an empath is a label. And again, maybe not even use the word empath because it's human. Being a human. It's being a human. Being an aware human. So if being an empath, no matter what you do, you can't remove some of the disempowering elements, then don't identify as being an empath and identify as being a human. So that's a question. That's a question. Does being an empath make you feel good? Does it make you feel as part of a group? Does it make you understand yourself? And does it make you recognize you have power? Or does it feel like you're different than the world? If it's like makes you feel different from the world, which I think Teresa said earlier, then you shouldn't be even calling yourself an empath. And you should just be calling yourself a human. Personally, I like the word empath after I filtered out all of the negative and recognized, you know what? It means that I can feel. And I know all humans can feel, but not all humans are aware that they can feel. So maybe being an empath is a human that's aware that they can feel. An empath that's aware that there's an energy that goes beyond. So it's maybe a higher, I don't like to say an elevated human because that doesn't feel good and that feels judgment, but an awareness of another dimension. So maybe being an empath is a human with an awareness of another dimension of energy. Now, isn't that powerful? Now, isn't that amazing? Now, isn't that awesome? I think that's pretty awesome. So let's ask, do you want to continue holding on to that empath as a label, or do you want to remove it? Is it more empowering for you to eliminate it, or is it more empowering to shift your beliefs of what an empath is and then hold on to that? So either way, there's going to be a shift. If you desire, if you choose to, like Valerie and Teresa says. Sporty Jen, I hear what you say, Manal, and I'm an empath, although it feels intermittent as I don't think I fully trust my instinct, lacking in confidence. Plus, I don't give myself the same empathy back, so I feel fake, sad, a hypocrite. I'm nice to people that I'm nice to myself. Well, that's interesting, Sporty Jen, because you're defining that being an empath means being kind. But really being an empath means mirroring the energy of, or feeling on a higher level energetically of what's going on. So talk to me more about how you've got the beliefs in there that there's an hypocrisy because you're not kind to yourself. Because you've actually defined being an empath as being compassionate. And then when you feel, you probably judge. You're judging yourself. That's what I'm reading. So Sporty Jen, what I'm reading is as you judge yourself when you feel. But for other people, you might feel with them, which is the empathy, and maybe you're nicer to them, you're compassionate with them, you're kind to them. And so there's a different reaction to the energy and the emotions that you're feeling. Talk to me and see how that feels. And so, yeah, there is absolutely an opportunity for you to calibrate to a higher level of self-love and self-acceptance and care and compassion. And I would suggest, perfect. Yes, Sporty, yes, that's it. You put it that better. So fantastic. So that's an awareness. It's awareness that you have a judgment on yourself and your judgment on your feelings and a judgment on your emotions and a judgment on, and an awareness of how you react to other people. And I know yesterday when I was talking and coaching my daughter's friend, I mentioned to him, maybe for a while, it's your best strategy to treat yourself as a friend. Maybe for a while, you shouldn't consider yourself you, but actually start to consider yourself as a third person, as a friend, because I know that you don't put the judgments that you put on yourself on your friends. And he's like, oh, that's really interesting. I said, yeah, during one stage of my life, I actually used a lot to see myself as a third person, see myself not as myself and say, well, if I was my friend or if I was a different person, how would I hold myself? How would I think of this story? How would I consider this? What would I feel? And I recognized it was different. Just like Sporty said, Joanne said, two standards, one for others and one for self. Empathy and compassion for others, and judgment and a hard feeling towards myself. So I'm like, oh, so if it's easier to do that, then why don't I turn around and think of myself as a third person? Valerie, fantastic. Another way to say it, Valerie says, I see my inner child as a third person and wanting to care for her. Fantastic. So some people, and sometimes I do it through a third child. Sometimes I do it through looking at, an inner child. Sometimes I look at and see it through my conditioning. Sometimes I look at it and try to see the ancestral, where I could see it generationally, and I can see it in my family lineage and my parents and my grandparents and my siblings and different family members, and just sort of see it as, again, it allows you to go objective. The point is allowing you to go objective, to go higher than yourself, to not be in yourself, but go higher than yourself, which is the egoic level, the spiritual level. So when you go in as a third person, as your inner child, or if you go in genetically or ancestrally, or you're looking at as your conditioning, you go in here instead of saying here. And then you recognize, oh, I'm on a journey, rather than being here, which says, oh, I'm suffering. Then you say, oh, this is just life, rather than says, this really hurts and I really suck. Oh, this is just the way it is. This is life, and this is love, and this is compassion, and this is care, and this is a human journey, and this is experience, and this is great. It's amazing. It's okay. It's perfect. It's a perfect, Teresa, light bulb moment. That's what I love, is when we can shift. We get whatever we need and we shift our perspective and recognize a tool that will change us forever. The point is going, and I do have a meditation that talks about changing your view. So you all know I believe in the egoic level. This is where we believe our spiritual connection, our identity. This is where we want to get to I am. I am. The meaning of Om. And when we're here, we have no judgments and we're connected to greater, and we know that life is brilliant and life is amazing. But when we have resistance on this level, we have beliefs that hold us down. I am an empath. An empath is weak. I suck up other people's energy. I'm not nice. I'm not this. I'm weak. I'm whatever that might be. Then we have our mental body. Our mental body is where our mind, our thoughts, our logic, our reasoning. So we might be stuck in this level. If we're stuck in this one, and again, it's our thoughts like, oh, there I go, feeling again. Why am I feeling this? I'm weak. Whatever, I don't know why I keep going to our weak. I'm sensitive. Maybe that's the best judgment to use. And then you go back up here and say, oh, look at Manal. She's calling herself sensitive again. You're in the human journey. You're human, and humans are meant to take in and to feel the world around you. And what we're trying to do is calibrate to the ability to always love, accept, surrender, appreciate, see, look. And life keeps giving us stories so we can learn to build this muscle and connect to greater, and to recognize acceptance and love and compassion. It's just part of the human journey. So you go from here to here. And then emotionally, same thing with the emotions. Like, ooh, I'm sad, I'm angry. And as long as you're in there, you're in that emotional body. You're in that emotional body. And how do you get out? Again, just that, what do we keep calling it? We call it that deconstructed key lime pie. Instead of just feeling the emotions and the thoughts and the beliefs and the physicality of it, you break it down, say, oh, I feel that sadness. Oh, I recognize I'm speaking to somebody and they're really sad, and I'm believing and pulling in their thoughts. And oh, wow, I'm an empath. And when people feel things, I feel things. But you know what? No, I've decided that I'm calibrating to using an empath as my superpower. And I recognize the human journey is just meant to be fun and amazing. And it's got its life, and it's got its bumps, and it's got its whatever it is. It's a journey. And everything is okay. And everything is here just to teach us. Just to teach us. It's okay. It's just to teach us. And then our physical, our tension, our whatever, the judgments we have in our body, the cancer that we're having, whatever it might be, we start to feel that. And then again, we go through, and we just recognize this is all here to teach us. And it's all wonderful, and it's all beautiful, and it's all amazing. And it's all as it is meant to be. How is that? Carolina, I wrote something a while back about when people are attracted to us empaths, some unconsciously trauma dump on us. Who's to deal with this? Okay, let me go back. I know that I still had comments up there. So Carolina, I've been through it, some typos, but I hope you got it. I've been through a something week. Stressful week. Stressful week. That really is, Carolina, putting me to the test. Okay, I've been through a stressful week. I think that's what you're saying. Where, let me see. I've been through a stressful week where, as an empath, I've always attracted people who need the light. I've been dealing with a friend this past few days that unconsciously is trauma dumping on me to clear her chest. At this point, I just don't know how to set the boundaries, so I feel drained and interacting with her. Sorry for the typos. Okay, I hope you got it. Okay, that's fantastic. Carolina, how to set the boundaries without being rude because we need to protect our energy. Okay, fantastic. So the first thing that we want to muscle, Carolina, the first thing we want to muscle is, instead of healing your friend that's feeling these things, when you start to feel and react and start to become drained, that instead of trying to like heal her and fix her and do whatever to her, come and be your observer of you. Become the observer of you. So start to think to yourself and start to feel yourself, oh, this is interesting that I'm taking on this energy in a really strong way. Oh, this is interesting. I'm starting to feel resentful. I'm starting to feel heavy. I feel like I'm being dumped on. So the first thing is to stop from looking at it from her doing it to you becoming an awareness, an objective observer of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and start to become aware of where and and how you can start to build the muscle that when somebody and anybody, and yes, there might need to be boundaries, so I'm not negating that there might want to be, but I want to use this as an opportunity for you to grow. Rather than us to hide, because a lot of things, what boundaries is sometimes us hiding. And when we're aligned with our inner power, when the stuff naturally doesn't come to us, and we're naturally not taking it in, but just sort of still aligned with our inner power. So anytime we have these experiences, creating boundaries is the healthy physical reaction to do things, but I want to talk about it from the spiritual level. I want to talk it from the higher level. I want to talk it to that you could be with her, she could be on the phone 30 minutes an hour, whatever it might be, and that you're observing it and consciously protecting your energy, and you're consciously aware of her energy, and you're consciously aware of maybe a conditioning where she's dumping and you're absorbing, and that you used to go and drain it and she felt better, and that you start to do like, I'm not picking up anybody. I'm not going to be anybody's dumping ground. And maybe even with your shift, she becomes more empowered. Maybe with your shift of you not taking it all in and then her just blawing it all over, because I do sometimes call it emotional blah. One of my dear friends, I sometimes feel like she's like, blah. It's like, and I've said it to other people. It's like, oh my God, you're just blowing your energy all over people. And just, you got to be aware of that. But we need to not pick it up. So Caroline, I'm not sure if I'm helping in any way, but what the point is, I want you to put the spotlight on you. I want it to be an opportunity for you to recognize where your muscle needs to start building, and whether she is good or she's bad or she's human, or there's been a conditioning that you both have played together where she was and you take it all on and she whatever, that you even become aware of that. And whether or not at the end of the day this is a friend that's not great for you where you are right now, and there you begin to put in, you only answer the phone when you're feeling good. So some friends, you can answer the phone anytime, because you know that they're going to be a pick me up, and that they're going to, but some friends, you got to make sure you are aligned, you are grounded, you're in a really good place, and then you can pick up the phone. So is that type of friend? Or she calls you and you get your grounding and you imagine yourself. One of my favorite things for, is waking up in the morning. I don't always do it consistently, but I always do it when I feel energy, is just imagine myself with an energy bubble around me, and it's an invisible protective bubble, and it allows positive energy in, and any negative energy bumps off and neutralizes. That's my favorite. So Carolina, when you're talking to your friend, this friend, you could start to practice your energy work, and you imagine a bubble around you, and you imagine that bubble just sort of allowing only positive energy. Love, happiness, laughter, kindness, compassion, care. And then anything negative will hit this invisible bubble and either neutralize, or it will give back love and compassion if appropriate, because sometimes it's not always appropriate to turn around and give back positive. Sometimes you say whatever is best for the highest good, whatever is the highest good, and start to use it as a practice for you to build up that muscle. So Carolina goes on, I didn't answer her phone call, just text. Beautiful. That's a way for not to pick up a lot of that. You still will pick up the energy in it, but that's building the muscle. That's a boundary. So it's a physical boundary. It's a strategy. And you still be there for support, but not for support that's going to drain you. And you just stay connected with your truth, with your inner power. Before she calls, you say, do I want to take this call or no? And I'll support you. And hey, just in the middle of something, what's going on? And just text, like you said. Carolina, the calls could be for hours. I just listen. Okay, beautiful. I really love, have you gotten enough, Carolina? I know you said great with tons of beautiful stars, starlight there. Does this help you? Does it help you? Basically, at the end of the day, I only want everybody to do what they want to do, which is your authentic truth. And so maybe you picked up the phone, and after 20 minutes, it's all of this, and you're like, oh, I got to do X, Y, and Z. Hey, hope that was helpful, and just sending you love and care, but really got to go around and do X, Y, and Z or whatever it might be. And you just, instead of doing the hours, you just do the 10 minutes or the 15 minutes, the 20 minutes, whatever aligns with your truth and your desire. So look at her as an opportunity to build your muscle. Look at her as 5-pound weights. Maybe at the beginning she's 150-pound weights and you're going over. So then later on it becomes 50-pound weights. And then later on it's 25, and then 5-pound weights, and 2-pound weights. And then it's not even weight. It's so easy to just give love, because she helped you build your muscle of not taking on other people's energy and just giving love back. And it's not even a weight. It's not even a weight. Beautiful. I love the hearts, and I love that this resonated. The bubble of light is a good suggestion. Beautiful, beautiful. Use it to start playing with energy. Use it to say, hey, what energy am I feeling? What energy are I feeling from her? Oh, wow, isn't this interesting? Right before she texted her, she picked up. I could feel that she was going to call, and I felt a weight come on me. Oh, interesting. Let me imagine the light coming in through my head, and all negative any resistance, any negative energy in my body comes out. So I bring universal light and let the light go through my head, my neck, my chest, my arms, my abdomen, my pelvic area, my thighs, my knees, my calves, and out the soles of my feet. And just let all of the light go. Let universal light just come in. Let the light come in. Any type of light. If you want to imagine the rainbow, if you want a platinum light, gold light, whatever light you want, angelic light, universal light, divine light, whatever it is, just let it come in and go through and cleanse your body and let it all out, and start to play the game of understanding energy and vibration and feelings and what's yours and what's others. And it's just fun. It's a muscle. It's another game. It's another earth school faculty. It's the faculty of light. It's the faculty of energy. It's the faculty of being aligned with our inner power. So play with that. See the pristine earth energy coming up through the soles of your feet, through your calves, your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, your solar area, your solar plexus, up through your chest and your throat, and then out the crown of your head. Watch that happen. Imagine a crystal ball. One of my favorites is crystal ball above me. And imagine all my energy that may have been dispersed from anywhere coming into that crystal ball, coming in, and just sort of, it's a magnet for anything, any story, anything that ever took my energy, and it comes into this magnet. And then I get all of my energy back through the crown of my head and just sort of going and disperse things through my body. Just a lot of wonderful energy and light exercises that you can do when you're talking to her, that just, and watch yourself get stronger and stronger and stronger energetically. How is that, Carolina? And I see Andrea has come into the room. Good morning to you, Andrea. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Valerie, we keep getting stronger during these lives. Fantastic. And that is the intention, for us to create community, for us to have a common language, and for us to continue to build and build and build and build. And then we start to go from dealing with negative energy and resistant stories to like playing with energy and light and just amplifying our experience and looking for things that we desire in life and becoming a creator of that, creating the life that we want, and started to look, instead of looking past with a lot of our inspirations, look past, we start to look forward. What do I want to create? What is it that I want in life? What is it that I want? We start to look and become the creators, goal setters, life builders. So Valerie, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm having so much fun with you all. So how does everybody feel? How do we feel about being an empath? Are there any judgments that we want to share and let go of? Are there any, can we share in the window what it is that you want and what being an empath means to you now, today, before and after? If you want to say my before and if you want to say my after, let's start to really share together what it is. Do we want to hold on to being an empath? I still didn't get an answer for that one. What is it? I want to know. 50-50, 140, 9-10. Do we want to be called an empath? Or do we want to eliminate that? Mary Alice, Manal, will you please make a crystal ball meditation for InsightTimer for us, please? Yes, I will. I will. And I'll write that down right now. I wrote it. So if I write things, it happens. Valerie, yes, I want to hold on to it. It's empowering for me. Beautiful. So Valerie wants to. Teresa, yes. Now that I understand how to empower myself. Beautiful. Mary Alice, wonderful. Mary Alice, do you want to hold on to being an empath? Do you resonate with being an empath? So I personally, Manal loves being called an empath. And I think it's a beautiful word. And I've always seen as empathy as a really strong skill set. And then when I realized that being empathetic, but giving back compassion, so taking it in. Remember when we used to do those math flow charts? A number goes in and a number comes out, and then you had to figure it out. So if it might be 2 and then a 4 comes out, you realize that in there it was a multiplication by 2. Do you remember those that we used to do in elementary school? I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Basically, an empath means energy comes in. I'm so aware. I understand what's going on. I can relate. And then what comes out is compassion. What comes out is love, care, fascination, inspiration, clarity. So many things. And being an empath is helping us to become more connected. We're all looking for connection. Being an empath allows us to be connected on this life journey. It's amazing. Carolina, being an empath is an innate nature. I think if you're it, you can't change it, but learn how to live with it in a healthy way. Carolina, fantastic. And I do think we are all innately empaths, all. And really, we didn't even talk about what empathic nature. We're sort of talking about emotion and feeling, but empaths could be mental. Empaths could be on all your different bodies and all your different levels. So yeah, I do believe it's innate. It's innate for all life, And so how do we shift the perspective of it being positive? A superpower. Valerie, yes, I want to shift to the compassion to myself and others. The good news, Valerie, with compassion, even though Sporty Jen was talking about her having judgment on herself and not on others, but I don't want to push, but I'm sure if I pushed, we could find areas where Sporty Jen might have judgment on others and situations when it mirrors the judgment she has on ourselves. So it might be 80% compassion on others. And so when we just turn and focus on ourselves and figure out how to be compassionate with ourselves fully, boom, that whole mirror thing, we become fully compassionate with the world and others, fully. So yes, I want to shift to compassion. Sometimes learning to do it on others is easier than ourself. And that's why I said, try the lens of seeing yourself as a third person rather than yourself, but just keep finding within yourself all the resistance, anything that keeps you from compassion, and building that muscle, and building. Sporty Jen, yes, me too. I have a better understanding of looking after myself and still being there for others in a more pure sense. Fantastic. That was today's intention. Max Q, it's such a blessing, a growing awareness of oneness, love. Beautiful. And I love that, Max Q. A growing awareness of oneness, because that's what it's truly about. It is about us all being one. I do believe when we're fully aligned, we're connected spiritually, we're grounded on the earth, we're grounded. So spiritually connected in our physical, we're grounded to this earth, and we recognize we're one. We're love, we're vibration, we're happiness, we're peace, we're worthiness, we're freedom, we're amazing, we're aligned, we're acceptance, we're surrender, we're beauty, we're life, we're one, we are one. And that beauty and that feeling of love and oneness is amazing. And being an empath is actually a conduit for feeling oneness, but now we're choosing the oneness of high vibration. High vibe oneness. We want the high vibe oneness, not the low vibe oneness. How is that? Katie, thanks so much for this live. Yes, we will be meditating, and very soon, actually. And I was actually because of Mary Alice's question about doing the crystal ball, I was actually going to do the crystal ball and have some of this beautiful energy and get us to clean up our energy. So wonderful. Max Q, amen. Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. So how is everybody feeling? I know Katie has sort of prompted us for a meditation, which was what I was going to. Yes, I'm hoping you wanted to do the crystal ball. That was my small meditation window. Wonderful. I am ready if everybody is ready. Is there any other questions? Are you all ready to go into a meditation? Last week, did we do a meditation on the Thursday? I know we didn't on Tuesday, although we intended to. But anyway, yes, I would love for us to do a meditation. Any questions, any comments, any thoughts before we go into meditation? And I don't know why, as we're doing this, my nose is getting congested. So I wonder if my voice is getting deeper as we're talking. I don't know if there's outdoor something. I'm pausing to see if there's any comments, any feelings, anything. Wonderful. Okay, I see some hearts going. Okay, everybody. Let's start. We'll start our meditation, and I want everybody just to get comfortable, physically comfortable, whatever way that you want to lie down, sit down. I love being cross-legged. Just open up your body. Open your mind. Katie, please keep the Pacific Northwest in your prayers. It's on fire. It'll be until our rain comes. It's been very smoky here in Portland, Oregon. Katie will create that intention for sending love and the desire for rain for the Pacific Northwest. That's my neck of the woods. Everybody open up your mind and your body and just start to relax. We're going to start with 3 deep breaths just to ground us and just to connect ourselves with our body. Take a deep breath in. And release. Take a second deep breath in. Really begin to connect with your body and indulge in this gap. This gap is where there's infinite peace and quiet and connection with infinite knowledge, power, strength. And release. Take a 3rd deep breath in. And release. Today we explored being an empath and have collectively decided to use being an empath as a superpower. And what that means is that we recognize that being an empath actually connects us. Connects us to the world, the universe, to the earth, to others. And the recognition that we are one. We are one. One connected spiritually to universe, to larger. We are connected to infinite power, oneness, and light. One connected to the earth, connected to the beauty and the strength of the core of this earth, light and power and groundedness. But along the way, we've picked up energy and stories, resistance. I just want everybody just to go into their bodies. And you can enter your body from one of many ways. One is look for any physical resistance that you feel. Might be any tightness, numbness. There's a physical ailment that you have. Be your head, your jaw, your shoulder, your chest, your knees, your feet, whatever it is. Just sort of enter through that. When you enter through that, just feel the physical sensations. If there's a discomfort, don't label it as a discomfort, but just feel the physical, so entering through the body. The other option is if there's an emotion that you're aware of. If today's meditation and inspiration sort of opened up any feelings, or any feelings that you've been feeling heightened lately, sadness, and anger, frustration. There's just a general label of being stressed, which is not being able to keep up with the world, or anxiety, which is a fear that you can't name. Just enter through there, of just sort of invite that familiar feeling. But you're going to go in without overindulging it, but with awareness and exploration. Another way to get in and connect with your body is through any stories. There's a story that you're holding from the past, anything that you might call trauma or pain, energy of others, relationships, any story that troubles you and has troubled you and continues to trouble you. Invite that into your mind and just sort of explore in a non-indulgent way. Explore any energy that you can feel. And explore the emotions, explore your body, explore the physicality. So enjoy sort of floating through your bodies and connecting between the physical, the emotional, and mental. Become aware of the labels that you may give to your body, to your emotions, or to your stories. And just invite a deeper understanding of what you're meant to learn, and invite a shift from being out of control or victim or trauma or sadness or anger, a shift to growth and expansion, that this has always been a teacher, and that the resistance that you've held on it is the resistance that has been keeping you from growing and expanding and learning. And sort of look at it with love, with compassion, with an awareness that this energy, this story, this physical experience, this journey has been your teacher. And now you're opening yourself up to accepting, honoring, aligning, and loving all of the stories of your past, all of the stories of your ancestors, all of the stories of your family, your friends, from a lens of humaning, from a lens of life is amazing and we're just so fortunate to be on this human journey. And I welcome the growth, I welcome my expansion, I welcome my higher understanding of what life is meant to be. Welcoming of going to a higher vibration and letting go of all and any of the resistance that I've connected with. As you sort of feel through the energy that you're connecting with, Again, separating the physical sensation from the emotion and the story. Let's take a journey through time and start and go to the earliest time that you can remember feeling a similar physical sensation, emotion, or thoughts. It might be in the womb and you just picked it up from your mom or dad. Could be before that. Could be in your early weeks, months, or years. Sort of fly through your timeline from today and just keep flying, flying, flying until you arrive to the point, the earliest point that you can connect with this energy. Sort of get yourself to that point and just be in awe of how long this energy has been with you to teach you, for you to grow. Look at the familiarity with it, the comfort with it, but create an intention that it's now time for you to grow from it, to expand from it, and to shift it to love and to compassion, to freedom, to worthiness, to love. Whatever it's orienting you towards, just sort of ask it and look at it and love it. Just see it from a place of love. Whatever story it might be, emotion it might be, shift to the love and the recognition that you maybe took it so seriously because you didn't recognize that it was just part of your human journey to learn and to grow. If you're feeling a flood of emotion with that, it's okay, just sort of accept it. Accept your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts. Accept the power that you have, such a high level of power to receive and to know things that you didn't realize that you had. You have such a capacity to receive and to know and to understand from even times that you weren't aware that you could know. This might sort of fly through your timeline. If you were in the womb, just go through your weeks and your months, your early years. So you're 1, you're 2, you're 3, you're 4. Just sort of give love and acceptance to every story and every energy that was there as a teacher. 1, 2, 3, 4, you're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then go through your 11 and 12, 13, your teens, and just fly through and look at the stories, the emotions, the feelings, and just give yourself love, unconditional love. Just let your inner child know that you're unconditionally worthy and you're unconditionally free and unconditionally loved, and life will continue to teach you that and show you that. So continue to love. Go through your 20s, 30s, 40s, wherever you might be, your 50s, 60s, wherever you are, 70s. Just keep giving love and recognizing the repetition of the stories over the course of your life. And the amazing moment of now, where we're going to shift it and move it and love it and grow from it and expand from it and align from it. Wonderful. And at this point, I'd like you to imagine a crystal ball. over your head, just beautiful ball of light. All of the light colors of the rainbow, and silver and gold and platinum, and just sort of in there, just this fascinating large magnetic ball. And call to this ball all of your energy that you may have dispersed or given away from your whole life. So watch as your energy comes back. Anything that you've given away, you've dispersed, all your positive energy, all your high vibration, sort of pull it back into this crystal ball like a magnet. So when you were in the womb, any past lives, your early years, your ones, your twos, 3, 4, 5, just watch this ball above you just sort of gather all this beautiful energy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just gather all of this energy. You're 11, 12. Go through your teenage years. Any conflict, any experience, relationships. Sort of have that ball above your head, just collecting your energy, collecting anything that you've given away, collecting old stories, collecting anytime that you've seen yourself as a victim, not aligned with your inner power. Anytime that you dispersed anything, anytime you have held judgment, anytime that you've just felt misaligned with the truth of who you are, your 20s, just pull all that energy into this magnetic ball. Your 30s, your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, wherever you are, just have that ball full of light. Now imagine all of that energy going through your crown of your head, through your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, and into your heart, your solar plexus, through your pelvis and your thighs, your knees and your calves, and out the soles of your feet. Let that light just sort of come in and fill you up and reunite you, and wash away any resistance emotion. Wash away anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Feel your body just fill with light. Just take a quick survey of your body and see if there's any resistance. And if you feel any, just invite light to come in through. If the resistance is to life, your security, if you're fearful, just imagine your root chakra just filling up with light, red light coming in through and entering through the bottom of your spine. Anything in your pelvic area, invite orange light to your sacral. Just sort of imagine orange light coming into your pelvic area, just below your belly button. Imagine this beautiful light from the front and the back, just shining and radiating. Imagine yellow light, beautiful yellow light to your solar plexus from the front and the back, again radiating. And you are capable of everything. You are capable of everything. All you need to do is set your desires in motion, and everything is possible. Imagine beautiful green light entering from your heart chakra. Green light just filling you up with light and compassion. Green light, and just really recognizing that as an empath, you've always taken on the energy as others, and sort of looked at yourself as sometimes not as strong and aligned with your inner power, but now you're looking at yourself as an empath, as an aware human, super aware. And you're going to turn around and build that muscle of giving love back and compassion back for the beauty of this human journey. Imagine blue light coming in through your throat chakra, allowing yourself to express yourself fully and evenly and happily and openly. Beautiful blue light. And just your ability to express the truth of who you are with ease and strength and power and beauty, creativity, inspiration. Imagine beautiful indigo light lighting up your third eye from the front and the back. And this beautiful light just letting you know that you know. You know you're connected to infinite wisdom and infinite knowing, infinite truth. And you're going to celebrate the knowing, the truth, the infinite nature of you and life and the universe, earth. Life is meant to be happy, love. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to see the pleasures in it. It's meant to use our 5 senses to enjoy the full expression of the physical journey. And we invite this alignment and imagine beautiful violet light entering through the crown of your head and just connecting you with the spiritual awareness of life's interconnectedness. We are one. We are amazing. We are beautiful. Life is amazing. The human journey is meant to be seen from a lens of growth and expansion. And together we're going to calibrate to letting go of any stories that we may have seen from a light of other than beauty, other than growth, other than expansion. Allow again the universal light just to enter through the crown of your head and go through your whole body and just light out. Give yourself extra light in any area that you feel any resistance. Feel tingling. Become aware of any part of your body that's just awake and alive and tingling. Just focus on that. Recognize that you have the power at any time to calibrate to the highest of vibrations. And the secret is going within and turning off the external world. And part of the external world is the past and the future. And the internal world only exists now. So recognize your ability to always connect with this internal world. And you can enter through your breath. You can enter through light. You can enter through any of your senses. Listening to that bird in the background. Just focusing on all of your senses. Any of your senses allows you to calibrate back to now, to the present, to truth, to beauty. At this point, create the intention for us to continue to build that muscle, that being an empath is wildly powerful, that together we can feel, and we can feel the world and understand the world from a powerful lens. And we're going to use it as a strength, as our human awareness. And when we feel anything in life and we see life, we're going to just emit love and the radiance of our authentic truth and care and compassion. I'm going to pause for 2 minutes and give you the space to feel into your body and create any intentions that you desire. I'll count to 5 in 2 minutes and call us all back into the virtual room. Wonderful. One, two, three. Everybody wants to start opening their eyes. 4, and 5. Wonderful. Caroline, I see your beautiful stars. How is everybody feeling? And Gala, hi, I see that you came in during our meditation. Rebecca, age 5 resonated for you. How is everybody feeling? Did everybody let go of the resistance? Do you feel like a higher level of vibration? Did you calibrate to a higher level of vibration is a better way to say it. How are you all feeling? Do you have any questions, any awarenesses that you want to share? If you're feeling good and felt the tingling in your body, give me a heart along the right-hand side. Mary Lou, love that singing blue jay. And Carolina, I'm loving the nature sounds. Teresa, what a wonderful release, tension-free, fantastic. Is anybody aware of still holding on to energy? Anybody holding on to anything? Is there any stories, anything that you picked up along the way that you're aware of? Max Q, amazing. Thank you for the beautiful, powerful healing meditation. Feeling warm and supercharged. Wonderful. Teresa, welcome to High Vibes. Mary Alice, also loving that bird. Help me focus. Yes. Teresa, welcome to High Vibes as well. Oh, I think it repeated your comment. Wonderful. Did anybody get any? I know, Rebecca, you mentioned at age 5. Was there something particular that you want to share? Beatrice, I keep holding on to the energy of an alcoholic ex-boyfriend. Fantastic. And Beatrice, did you let it go? Did you are you still holding on to it, or were aware of it? Is there a particular judgment that you hold on yourself that you became aware of? There are some stories that we keep needing to process in different ways. So I invite you to keep, whenever we do, yes, I've been trying to release him. Beautiful. And did you release? Sometimes there's energetic cords. Energetic cords. Have you ever released any energetic cords with him? And if not, what we can do is a really quick cord release with everybody and with you, with him. As a quell, sending love to the resistance was a great shift. Fantastic. Rita, yes, I need this too. Beautiful. I think you're saying yes about the cords. Rebecca, I felt so much love for my 5. I'm not sure why. Beautiful. Maybe in a future meditation or inspiration, we'll be able to see what that 5 was going through. But there's probably something in there that didn't come to you this time. But I'm so glad that that 5 got so much love. And that 5-year-old felt it. And felt it. I'm telling you, because energy has no time dimension. So all the feelings that we feel now go towards that little baby. Beatrice, I've been several months already. I've been released cords. Apparently they're more. You know what, Beatrice, I do release a lot of cords for myself personally over different times. And I know our body does what it's ready for. Why don't we do a quick cord release, and we're going to do it differently than you probably have done it, because I think I see the 4 bodies differently than other people. So if everybody, give me hearts if you're ready to release any cords. I invite you to look, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to invite any relationships, any past relationships, any unhealthy or any stories that will help us release, okay? So everybody close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Reconnect with your body. We're all ready. Our bodies are so ready to go there. Rita's going to release a narcissist. Beautiful. And it could be even older children, your parents, things that you hold resentment or judgment towards. It could be people that you love. So it's not necessarily negative, that people that are negative in your life, but it really is freeing judgments and old stories. Okay, take another deep breath. And I just invite you all, first of all, we didn't really let go of all of the energy. So I just want you all, again, just let go of any energy that you're holding on to from that first meditation. If there's any energy that you're aware, just physically if you want, shake it off. Imagine light going through and releasing it, or take a deep breath in and release. Take a deep breath in and release. And take another deep breath in and release. And at this point, I want you to bring to your awareness any stories, relationships, experiences, past trauma, victim stories. And if there's one particular, go ahead. If there's one, but you can see it as different, like a victim story plus the different the different people that you felt that were attacking you or hurting you, or the relationships. So you could sort of see multiple chords. You can do this. We can do economies of scale. You can do multiple chords. So fear, and I want you to focus on the physical body. So we're going to focus on the physical body. So these are going to be judgments that we carry on our physical body, physical experience, the actual physical, that were part of the physical experience. So imagine cords connecting you. I like to imagine our physical body lower, sort of mirrored at the sacral or at the solar plexus, or connected to your feet, or wherever it might be. Or it could be a bubble that's connected to your physical being as a whole. But imagine cords, and imagine an experience. Invite and experience the story, loss, grief, trauma. I want you to imagine energetically cutting that cord. And if you want to imagine having a sword, an energetic sword, or scissors, if you want to physically imagine breaking that, if you want, just imagine light, like a lightsaber, just cut those cords that are connected to you. Just go ahead and cut that cord. And now I want you to cut the cord that's connected to the story, to the third person. So that cord is going to now be dangling, not connected to anything. So connect that cord again. Use your scissors, or your sword, or your lightsaber, and just imagine that light disconnecting. Beautiful. Now imagine again your physical body. Imagine a person, any person, and cut that cord, and cut the cord from that person. If there's another person, go ahead, or another story, cut on your side. Now cut on their side. Now feel yourself getting lighter. If there's any other story, if you want to invite into yourself any other stories, cut the cord on your side. Now cut it on their side. Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at all of the chakras. Okay, let's do the root chakra. Anything connected to your root, cut. Any cords, any people, any stories, cut. Anything that's keeping from your sense of security and safety, cut on your side. Cut from their side. Beautiful. Your sacral, this can include any relationships, any sexual relationships, any relationships that are no longer in your world. Cut from your side. Cut from their side. If there's any other stories, any trauma, sexual trauma, any stories, cut from your side. Cut from their side. Go from your rear, the back of your sacral. If there's anything that you can find, any stories, cut. Any sexual trauma, cut, 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 cut. Any relationships, cut, 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 cut. Now cut from their side, the three of those. Any stories, any trauma, any people, just cut, 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 cut. Imagine you're getting more empowered and lighter and lighter. Now from your solar plexus, your sense of not being able to and capable of doing something, any stories, anything that have kept you from your light, cut, 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 cut from your abdomen. Go ahead, cut, cut, cut. Any stories, any people. We're starting to become much more intentional and sure and deliberate, and we know this is going to work. We trust whatever's for our highest good. Cut, cut, cut from your side. And now from their side, go ahead, cut, 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 cut the experiences, the stories. Beautiful, beautiful. Cut, 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 cut. Now from your back, the back of your solar plexus, do the same thing. If there's any stories, cut the cords, cut the cords. If there's any experiences, cut the cords. Any people, cut the cords, cut the cords. Beautiful. From your heart chakra, let's go ahead and cut, 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 cut any stories. Cut any experience, cut all the cords that aren't serving you, any relationships, any losses, if anybody has died in your life, and see if there's a cord connecting you. Cut, 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 and cut from their side as well, the stories, the connection to that person, the experiences. Go to the back of your heart chakra. If you're connected to any experiences, go ahead and cut any betrayals, any people. Just cut and liberate you. We are here to liberate ourselves from the past. The past is just a virtual reality that does not need to exist. Cut, 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 cut. We are going to grow and expand and calibrate to love and light. Cut, cut, cut any betrayal. Cut, cut from their side as well. Go ahead and cut from both sides, what's attached to you and what's attached to that third person, whether that person is a story or actually a person. So the third person, story or person. Now your throat chakra, anything that's keeping you from expressing yourself, even I feel like I'm just wrapping my hand around my throat. Go ahead and cut any stories, anything that keeps you from expressing yourself, anybody that you felt like you can't and kept you from your truth. Cut, 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 cut. And from the back of your throat, cut on both sides, on your side towards you, and cut whatever's connected to them. Just go ahead, cut on the front and the back. And that's connected to you and connected to them. And your third eye, this is where there's a delusion from the beauty of life, beauty of believing that it's suffering or struggling. Cut from your third eye, any stories, any experiences, any people, anything that's keeping you from your light. Go ahead, cut, 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 cut towards on your side. Now cut on their side. The back of your third eye, go ahead and cut, 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 cut on your side. Cut on their side. And the crown chakra, anything that's keeping you from the truth of the beauty of this world. Truth. Cut, 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 cut. Cut any people, cut any stories, cut any institutions, cut, 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 cut. And now on their side, cut, 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 cut. Although we did it by going through our heart chakras, I'm going to invite looking at your emotional body, so your emotional body as a whole. Any experiences, any stories, any people that are connected to your emotional body, cut those cords. Cut your cords and free yourself to be free and liberated and connected with your truth. And now, on their side, cut, cut, cut from your emotional body. Your mental body, your stories, your victim stories, your thoughts, any of the brain fog, whatever, see if there's any cords, and cut those experiences, cut those stories, cut the cancer, cut any people that have not kept you from thinking freely and being freely. Cut, 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 cut. Cut from their side. And lastly, the egoic body where you carry your beliefs and the connection with oneness, connection with spirit, connection with truth, connection with beauty, anything that's keeping you from that truth. Cut, 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 cut any stories, cut any misbeliefs, cut any people, cut anything that's connected to your egoic body. Cut, 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 cut on your side, and cut, 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 cut on their side. I'm going to invite a big deep breath in. That was a lot of cutting, and there might have been a lot of redundancy, and it might have been the same person, might have been the same different people. It will be interesting when everybody shares what they experience. But see if there's any cords, any attachments that it would serve you now to cut, and go ahead and cut it. Cut on your side, and cut on their side. Imagine the universal divine light coming on and just cleansing, 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 coming in from your crown, your head, your throat, your chest, your solar plexus, your pelvis, your thighs, your knees, your calves, and up the soles of your feet. And just imagine the light, the light, the light just coming in and bathing you and loving on you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's just take a minute just to feel into your body. Mary Alice, I see your note. Thank you. Love you. Have an amazing day. Everybody just imagine light. Wonderful. And when you're ready, I'm going to count to 5 and open up your eyes. Come back into the virtual room on 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And everybody come back. Okay, so how's everybody feeling? Patrice, did that feel good? Did you feel lighter? Rita, Teresa, lighter? Good, good, good. And again, the cords, I know we might have done that, but it's a muscle thing. Just like everything is that Patrice, good, I feel lighter. As Quill, inspired and lighter. I used high sop to release 2. Beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful. And I think the distinction that I was bringing in today is releasing from the 4 bodies: your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and your egoic body. And so recognizing that the story might be physically in there, emotionally in there, mentally and egoic. And I feel like when you invite a shift into all of the 4 bodies, it's just a more a wider intention of recognizing where the story exists on all your 4 bodies and just letting it go. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And it's a muscle. It's a muscle. So that story might stay with you, and you just keep muscling. And if you recognized where it came from, so if this boyfriend, alcoholic boyfriend, came from recently, what I would suggest is that type of thing is giving your power away or feeling at risk or unsafe. And you probably have some stories from your early days where you sort of adopted some of these beliefs and feelings. So really it is about going deeper and recognizing where you may have held on to some of these beliefs and that came into your life and cleaning up from an earlier age is what I would suggest to everybody that resonated with. So as Aquel and Beatrice and just connecting with narcissists, and like Rita was saying, like connecting with people that didn't always serve your highest physical good, but always our highest spiritual good, and recognizing where did that come from and letting go of that old story and recalibrating to truth and recognizing that this is here for our growth and our expansion. It's all okay, and letting go of all of the judgment and the pain and the resistance that we held on to it because we didn't recognize, oh, this is just a lesson. And I'm going to learn this lesson and let go. Oh, this is a lesson. I learned the lesson and let go. Oh, this is a lesson, and this lesson came from day 1 because I haven't recognized it as a lesson. It keeps repeating itself until it makes me go inward to understand what's going on a higher level. Is that good? How is that? How is that? How is everybody feeling? How is everybody feeling? I am definitely feeling lighter. Wonderful. So give me hearts, give me words. We have on Thursday at 1 p.m., How Do I Live My Life's Purpose? Thursday. On Tuesday, October 18th at 9 a.m., Staying Grounded Despite What's Going On in Our External World, which is a lot to do with today's empath. It will be a lot of similar, we'll talk again, a lot of tools that ultimately to keep us grounded. And Friday, October 21st, 10 a.m., Feeling Disconnected from Life. So sort of recognizing that a lot is going, and I love that we said, okay, it's all about the oneness. It's all about oneness. And being disconnected is recognizing keeping ourselves separate from universe. So we'll talk about that on Friday, October 21st. I actually had it on Thursday first, and then I changed it to Friday because something came up on Thursday. So if you had pre-registered for Thursday and then I canceled and moved to Friday, it was less than 25 hours, but I apologize, and appreciate you all being here. Jess, thank you. That was a great release. That's what I love to hear. Fantastic. If anybody has any requests for future inspirations, let me know. I'm always looking for topics and always wanting to speak to what you're looking for. Beatrice, thank you for your focus on empaths. We need that extra care. We do, but that is the belief that I'm trying to remove. I want us to be superhumans. We don't need extra care. We just need care like all humans. We need love. We need focus. We need commitment. We know. There we go. I know. Haha. Beautiful. That's it. That is that underlying egoic belief that I want us to keep recognizing that we carry, because empaths were brought out and then they said we're weak. We need extra care. We need to take care of ourselves. We're less than. We're not as strong as others. And that's the misbelief that I want us all to recognize when it pops in. It's like, oh, there it is. I mean, I'm telling you, I walked around for a while like, ooh, I felt that energy and I'm because they're bad energy and blah, 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 and I'm weak. And it's like, no, we need to change our beliefs. Exactly. We need to change our beliefs. And it just shows where it just sneaks in. And then it's awareness. Oh, there it is. I saw that. Oh, there you are. I just saw what I just did. Until I really, truly condition. Oh no, I'm a superpower. I am a superpower. Feeling heightened feelings is a superpower. I am a superpower. I'm connected with superpower. I am superpower. I'm living superpower. I'm being superpower. I will live a life as a superpower. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wonderful. So let me know if there's any desires for future inspirations. You are all amazing. This empathic journey that we're on, this human journey, this life journey is amazing. Everything that happens to us is for a purpose. Every resistance that we have picked up along the way is for a purpose. And together we will understand it and let go and radiate the truth of the beauty of the life and the beauty of who we are. That's what this human journey is for. Everything that's happening is exactly as it's meant to be. Nothing is bad. Nothing is bad. And we will work together to reconditioning the understanding of the past until we calibrate to the truth of our unconditional worthiness and freedom and love, because we are unconditionally amazing. Unconditionally amazing. You are all amazing. I appreciate everybody for being here today. Follow me if you don't already, but most of you are regulars, as well as the group Attaining Your Authentic Life, where we have conversation, and I'll let you know about upcoming events and whatever is going on of the world of Mattain by Manal. You are all wonderful. I see the hearts going on. If there's no other comments, no other question, no other requests, I feel fully complete today. I feel amazing. I really enjoyed and appreciate everybody's engagement and sharing and discussion and strength. Usually say vulnerability, but I feel like everybody keeps coming in from a place of like strength and power and knowing and clarity, and I just love it. Cynthia, love the recalibrating. Not always a pleasant feeling, however, worth the effort for sure. Beautiful, Cynthia. Yeah, we feel feelings and emotions that we've always labeled as bad, and what I love on the journey that I'm on, that I'm inviting you all to be on, is to start to become more and more comfortable with our bodies and the emotions and the vibrations and all of the things that we've always been conditioned to seeing as bad. And the more we can become comfortable with these, the more we become empowered. So it has always been conditioned to not being a pleasant feeling, but that's part of the reconditioning that I'm asking and inviting us all to invite, that it's a feeling. And it's giving me a feedback and information for me to understand myself and life from a greater level. And so I'm going to start to become more and more comfortable and more sensitive from awareness, not sensitive from tenderness. More and more, look how this all comes full circle. More and more sensitive. So I'm more and more aware of all of the tinglings and the feelings and the things that I may have thought in the past were bad. But nothing is bad. It's all information. So when I have a fever, I know that I should be at 98 and it's 101 or 102. I need to do something. That's information. So we are meant to feel good. We're meant to feel flow. We're meant to, so when something happens that keeps my energy from flowing, tension in my jaw, it's giving me information. It's telling me that I need to be alert, that I'm trying to express myself, that I want to express myself. That's telling me something. So I can open myself up rather than judge it, ask it, well, what would you like me to know, jaw? I'd like you to know that I'm thinking about a lot of things and feeling a lot of things and trying to be on point, and I'm holding the energy in here. Okay, jaw, I appreciate that, but is there any way that I can flow and just let go? And I just want to be, I just want to trust. I just want to trust. And we have that conversation where we can start to calibrate to letting go of control and moving to trust. Letting go of control and moving to flow. So the jaw, you guys know, every inspiration I talk about the tension in my jaw. And now, today, and I think I've said in other days, the information has been now you're still trying to control. You still don't trust. You're still not flowing. And you're carrying that energy and keeping it from flowing in here. So, and that's my expression. That's where I express myself. So maybe I'm judging myself before I speak, or I'm questioning myself before I speak. And I'm not just, I am authentically speaking, but there is a element of control in here. So now I get to take that feedback system and recognize, there's still control. And I still want to calibrate to more flow. And I want to calibrate to trust and allowing. So that information can feel uncomfortable, or it can feel ultimately insightful. Wonderful. Sporty Jen, thanks Manal. Rebecca, thank you Manal. Max Q with beautiful emojis. And Cynthia, yes, more sensitive. Love this. Not labeling anything as bad, rather information. Great insight. Wonderful. Excellent, excellent. So now we come full circle. This is what we started off saying, and this is what we ended up saying. Thank you, everybody. Again, you have all been amazing. I hope to see you on Thursday and see you everywhere along in town and InsightTimer on my different profiles. You guys are all amazing. Thank you very much. My love. Always.